Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly angel reading for the month of August 2022. So, before I begin, I'd just like to welcome everyone back to this monthly series and to also welcome anyone who might be new to the Angelic Wisdom community. So I'm just going to take a deep breath as I'm just sort of seeing angels coming in. And as they're doing this, and as each of you is connecting with this circle of light and angelic love and wisdom, I invite you to breathe as you just listen for a moment. And I just want to, and just connecting with your guardian angels and your angels. You might want to take the time to surround yourself with Christ light, calling on that golden energy to surround you, to flow through you and through your spine and your cells. And so I'm just going to highlight some things going on the channel currently, and so that some of you who are new might be aware. So, first of all, you see these cards here, and it's from the Magical Messages of the Fairies by Doreen Virtue. It's an old deck, and it's out of print. But the Archangel card that we will get to today, when I pulled it, I saw fairies, or I saw the word fairy, and it, for some reason, I just thought about this deck. It just came into my mind. I was a little unsettled and curious as to why they were adding something to this format, especially when you have something that works for you. So there's a little bit of throwing us off here a little bit. I have taken a peek at those cards, so I'm going to be honest with you about those two cards. And we'll see what's going on. I'm gonna stick with the format here with these three cards, which is, this is a card from the Archangel. When we get to the Archangel, we'll discuss these two cards with it, since that's where it cropped up for me. And this card on the left is from Radleigh Valentine's Messages from Your Guardian Angels Tarot. Okay, so the card on the left will be the card from the Major Arcana, and the card on the right will be a card from the Minor Arcana. The Major Arcana will highlight what is the general theme that we're working with in this month, the energies that are moving through our lives, what we need to pay attention to overall. And the Minor Arcana will highlight how that's going to be playing out potentially for each of us in our day-to-day awareness, and then how we can work with that energy, with the same card giving us that, showing us how it's showing up, and then giving us advice about how to work with it. And of course, this will be the guardian angel or the archangel that you'll be working with in this month. So before I get into this reading, I also want to just draw your attention to, if you feel called in any way within your soul and your heart to have an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. This is my first time promotional offer for my 10th anniversary year. I said that a little weird, but you understand what I mean. And so you can select that first time promotional offer that's on my services page, unlimited this year, as a thank you. So that first time promotional offer is discounted from the regular hourly fee. And there are other services there that might suit your needs better. So feel free to select those if you wish. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please select the all notification bell, subscribe, and select that notification. Check it to make sure if you're that it's still selected. And like and leave comments. I don't always have the opportunity to respond to everyone's messages, but I do read them, and as I've been saying, I greatly appreciate it. I enjoy seeing how you connect with this general information from the angels. All right, so let's take a deep breath and just tune in. And just allow your breath to quiet your mind and your body and your heart and your soul as they come into balance with your inner divinity. And right away, the angels are showing me a tree, but when they show me the branches of the tree leaning over on either side as though it's creating two different portals on either side of the tree. And it seems to be expanding. So I'm getting more portals. At first it was just two, now it's just turned into infinite numbers of portals opening alongside one another. And the trunk of the tree is very ancient and thick, tall, but even the trunk of the tree, the branches are close to the earth. So this is also wonderful because this is about that you don't have to go very far these days. It feels like, to really connect in with your I am presence or your higher self, your soul in that way. And what feels like is that a choice that you're making will open up into many more choices and opportunities for yourself. So don't get stuck on this initial choice, these initial two things that you want or you desire, that you're dreaming or wanting to come into fruition. Don't get stuck there. In the moment, they're showing me the tree trunk. It's almost like it's just breast, just laying on the ground, as if it's a woman's body, but it's a tree trunk, and the breasts are just laying on the ground. And there is this sense of, when I see naked breasts, that's my symbol for nurturing. And I feel like this is an opportunity. The opportunity that's coming to you is like a break. I feel like you've had to always nurture yourself. Like you have to work at it, right? And even the work that you do, it consumes you. They write the word consume. Like you're just consumed with trying to bring your energy into alignment with this desire, this wish that you have, and it feels like it's something you've been waiting for a very long time. And the sense that I'm getting, when they're writing, is I'm saying the sense I'm getting, they're writing the word change, and that this month is going to change for you. It's just going to change for you. You can you can just let it all hang out, right? You can just let yourself receive. And I feel like with the breast just laying on the earth like that now the earth gives back to you. The physical realm nurtures you back. And they write supply. And I was thinking infinite before I saw the word supply. So an infinite supply the earth is going to start to give back to you, the physical realm. That means on the realm of manifestation, whatever it has been that you've been seeking, that it's going to start to give it back to you. And you're not going to have to work as hard for it. But first you're going to have to believe that you don't have to work as hard for it. I saw the word concession as a just give in, concede to your truth. Because you've been looking for love in all the wrong places, and you've been going about it in a way that goes against the way your energy flows. And that's the reason for the confusion. Because the way your energy flows is not the way you work it. You work it against yourself, because you work it from a perspective of the ego that doubts or believes that the truth, the way your energy flows, the way the universe flows, the way that source flows through you and you flow within source, it's not real. And so you start manipulating, you start trying to contrive ways for it to flow to you, when all you have to stop doing is trying to be anything that you think you need to be in order for that to happen to you. So this is going to start a conversation within yourself. One, I hope, of great compassion. They write in front of me as well. In conversation, they write in front of me as well. I see the word compensation. And I feel like in whatever this has been that you've been seeking, that the issue has been compensation. That you're constantly, it's like an accountant who's like meticulous about receipts, where the money's going, how it's coming in, and whether or not the books are balanced. And this word compensation, like in this old sense of transactional, that's the glitch, because our society has based itself on an ego system and has made everything transactional. It has distorted, caused you to forget the memory of unconditional love and compensation, receiving without there being any transactional purpose behind love giving to you. And so you're going to have to confess, as they write this word in front of me, and I had a big one yesterday and today, of excuses that I've been nursing my entire life, even the ones from a child. The stories that spun in my mind and continue to do so because of this kind of flawed energy transference that our collective ego has instituted and interfered in our natural processes of alignment and love as unconditional. So when you start to say the truth, admit it. You don't have to admit it to anybody else, but admit it to yourself. Go into this. It's a conversation of lack. Every conversation of lack, every reason you have, the reason for what you experience and have experienced is because that you've been nursing all of these excuses that the ego presents to you for why you lack within yourself or outside of yourself, why things don't happen for you because of what you lack. And you believe it. We all do. And then we write it into the script of our flow, of our willpower, they write. Our desires, all of our desires come from love, but when you write in such a lie, an illusion, you feel like you're waiting. You feel like there's no bridge to cross the river to wishes fulfilled, happiness. Okay, so let's start with the Archangel. And it's Archangel Faith. And I don't know if I can, it looks blurry here, but it says, with faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. And that's what we have to do. The only way you can believe in yourself, you have to know who you really are. And the only way to know who you really are, you have to acknowledge, receive, confess your truth. You have to know what your truth is. All right? But in order to get there, you got to confess those illusions. Because if you don't do that, they won't come up so that you will be able to see them for what they are. Because as you say them, you will feel the disconnect. Like, oh my God, that does not belong to me. Your soul is like repelling it because it's repugnant in a sense. Of course, you know your soul, your higher self doesn't have judgment, but it'll feel like it to you. You know, it's this energy. And that is the only way you can really get to the bottom of all of those things. So that once you know that what they are, you don't have to listen. Or if you do listen, you can't place blame. And the ego does that. That's how it keeps the story spinning. So even if you still accept it, but you don't look to place blame because you know you're creating it, that stops an important part of the cycle of the process, that the cycle of the ego of limitation perpetuates over and over again. So believing in yourself means trusting your heart. And a lot of what we want is not experienced because we don't trust our hearts. I learned this, the hard way, but wonderfully this month, in trusting my instincts about people. When I was doing like my roommate search, it was like, okay, gotta trust yourself, right? Whatever you get first, that first hit is what you need to trust. Don't question it. Trust it. Trust your higher self. Trust your angels. Listen. Okay? And this will build your faith in the universe and wean you from the faith you've been putting into your ego. All right, so here are these cards. And I guess I'm gonna have to do this and then do this. So the first card this was the first one. Marriage. And then they were like, another one. I was like, because I put the deck away, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? I know love is a very difficult thing for most people, especially if we're not in relationships. It's, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to get your hopes up. I don't want to get people's hopes up either. So I was like, cringing, but all right, I had to trust, right? So this is what it means, trust. And so the card says, the fairies join you in celebrating wedding bliss. And then other card says, the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So for those of you who are in a relationship or and you've been possibly seeing a shift, or there've been some challenges, and you're wondering. I'm just seeing the word challenges as I'm trying to talk. You're wondering, like, what is it, right? What's on the foot? What is it that's getting in your way? What's, because I saw the word opponent. So love has become an opponent to you. And when something becomes an opponent, you start to compete. You start to care more about winning than you do about what it is you're actually desiring. And if you're really looking for love, but you're caring more about winning, meaning you're caring more about doing whatever it takes to find a person to fall in love with you, or to find someone to fall in love with, you might start ignoring a lot of signs, and therefore find yourself feeling sort of tripped up and betrayed by the other person. But really it was you. The other person's always being true to themselves. But when our ego spins its story, it spins it around you and encases you in that story, that illusion. And everything you think you're seeing and picking up is all about that lie. So you got to give up this competition. You got to stop seeing love as an opponent. And you have to stop seeing yourself as the opponent, your body or your heart or whatever it is that you place the blame. You have to stop seeing that as the opponent working against you. Because if you do, you're going to start to fight with it, you're going to struggle with it, and you're going to start to manipulate any aspect of yourself to fit into that illusion instead of fitting into the truth. Because once you're willing to fit into the truth, then your truth will attract truth to you. And that is a relationship that is trustworthy, and a relationship that is not transactional, but that is, and I don't know why they're writing it like in sparkles, a marriage. And maybe marriage is something you've made too much of an illusion about, and maybe you need to simplify. And I'm not talking about all those, because all those other rules that we have about dating and marriage, all that's manipulation too. So when I say simplify, I don't mean not desire love, but look at love in ways that it might be more practical. And they're writing yes for you. Like, we want people to be desperately in love with us, and that's asking for something. You want them to be everything that suits you, or the way you need to see them, or the way you need them to be. I just forgot what I said a little bit before that. But because this is when these happens, when these new conversations are starting, and I'm going where, as they say in Star Trek, where no one has gone before. But yeah, so don't try to get people to be what you want them to be, right? But think about love or marriage or relationship in a way that's practical for you and your happiness. And that leaves room for the other person to be themselves. So what's practical, I think, is that looking for someone who you can be yourself, be true to yourself with. Someone who allows you to feel trust in yourself, in your instincts. That person doesn't cause you to doubt your instincts because you are trying to manipulate yourself and fit into that illusion that you think this is going to turn out to be. You get my drift on that? But the thing, when I said be true to yourself, I think about the concept of oneness I've spoken to you about earlier this year. And that's about just flowing in your authentic self. And so instead of looking for somebody to fulfill you, look for somebody where you trust yourself to be authentic all the time in their presence. How about that? And whatever it is, if it's not about love or marriage and about something else, how about apply that same idea? Let that work for you in all things. Because when we do that, when we're being authentic, being true to ourselves, then we're in the flow of everything that we're meant to be. And our faith makes our lives and our dreams and our goals and desires invincible, and you along with it. So believe in yourself. Okay, so this card, renewal. And this is a card that is highlighting. This is the Judgment card. This is a card that's saying for you this month that there are going to be a lot of wake-up calls, number one. And those wake-up calls are going to cause you to reevaluate yourself. Don't make this about anybody else. Make it all about you. Am I being authentic? When you have a wake-up call, if it's pain or suffering or challenge, ask yourself, am I being authentic in this moment? Because if you're being authentic, that pain will subside. It will release. It will let you go and allow you to be. So this is a time, as the card says, for rebirth, but self-evaluation and reflection. Let's take a look at the card from the day, from the your guardian angel, from the day-to-day Minor Arcana, and it's the Ace of Fire. So this is saying that when the aces come, a gift is being given to you. The heavens are opening up something for you. It is, first of all, oneness itself. It's a particular aspect of that oneness. And this is about the spirit, the fire, your passion. It could be, that you find a new passion in your life, in terms of, in different areas, love. You might find a lover who just ignites your soul and opens you up, helps you just to flow, release, right? Release. Don't discredit pleasure or orgasms as not a path of oneness. That is not something divine. It is absolutely divine. And if that's the way that, again, practical, what is it that you need in terms of romance, love, career? What is it that you need? Do you need something that just gives you that high? Do you need something that connects you to your joy? Do you need something that inspires you to champion the challenges and the injustices in the world? Whatever this is, this gift, this opportunity, this inspiration, it causes you to fall in love with life itself. But the life itself that it's pointing out to you is yourself. There is so much within you that is yearning to be expressed. And when you express it, when you allow yourself to be authentic, And they're writing yes again in the magical lights. When they do that, when you do that, and when they do that to help you to do that, you are in your flow. You cannot be separated from your desire if you allow that and you nurture it. So the only thing you got to stop doing in terms of manifestation here is stop manipulating. Because when you're manipulating, you're not being true to yourself. You're trying to fit into something that's an illusion. And it will remain an illusion. And as long as you float on that illusion, you will always be wanting and waiting and disappointed. I keep seeing the angel number 232. So they won't let it go. So I guess I have to. I feel like I'm being pushed today. I'm being very stubborn today. Don't focus on problems or lack, but instead stay centered in prayer and faith that you are protected, loved, and watched over by powerful ascended masters. Okay? They're watching over you. They've got you. Now all you got to do is get you, meaning be authentic. Be true to yourself. I saw another number, 95. It says, the changes that you're currently considering are taking you in the right direction for the manifestation of your divine life purpose. So you're headed towards some really amazing opportunities in this month. Love on many levels and of many kinds is the best, simplest way to say it. Whether it's marriage, a love that leads to marriage, or that your love life starts to really be spicy and juicy and expressive and orgasmic, and whatever it is that you need, or however it is that you need to be, to express yourself authentically, whether it's some project that does that, it allows you to express your gifts, that doesn't restrain you, or being in a work environment and a career that just flows with who you are, and you're not trying to manipulate yourself. But even when something, see, here's the thing, you can work anywhere, do anything in this world, as long as you know who you are, and that you trust that if you believe in it and if you flow with it, that your world will be absolutely protected. And I'm talking about from the heart. I'm not talking about just do whatever you want to do, right? But I'm talking about being true to yourself, being in that flow, feeling that passion, feeling that infinite desire, that fire, and you just blaze it, blaze the world up with it, blaze yourself up with it, light up. Yes, you can transform any situation when you are being true to yourself. So don't look for the love in all the wrong places, meaning don't blame the situations for not working out, when it's you who are not working it. And they're showing me a very powerful witch right now, which means you are going to have an opportunity to come into your spiritual power this month. So work it. Be true to yourself. And God bless you. Have a beautiful month of August. Everyone, all of us, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your passions, your sensuality, your sexuality. Enjoy it all. Enjoy your creativity. Bump it up. God bless you. Namaste.